Hello again. Welcome back. 463, class 463. Yesterday, I didn't finish a story. I was telling you how Marta and I met. All right. I also told you that in class 600, Marta will come around and say hello to you, and you'll be able to see her, and you'll be able to hear her. Now, she'll say hello in Spanish, probably. She speaks English, but she would probably be too nervous to speak English in front of so many people. So she'll come around and say hello in hola, hola, caracola, hello, hello, marshmallow, okay, or something. And so she'll come around. But I told you how we met. I think it was about 12 years ago. You see, for many years, I was a forest sprite hunter. Forest sprite, como la bebida, similar to 7-Up and similar to casera, gaseosa, Sprite. But Sprite means duendecilla, femenina, Sprite. Bueno, puede haber masculino, duendecillo, los espíritus esos raros del bosque, de lo acuático y de lo forestal, these sprites that exist, como las megas. And like in Ireland, the leprechauns, yeah, these little duendes. And so I have a sprite hunting net. You know, it's similar to a butterfly net, to catch butterflies. Well, this is a forest sprite net, una red para la caza de duendecillas de bosque. Now, people say that sprites don't exist, that it's only imagination, legends, mitos, myths. But I don't agree. Well, I didn't agree. This is many years ago. I was convinced that sprites existed, and I wanted to catch a forest sprite. This was when I was maybe 30 years old. No, less. I was 22, 23 years old. I bought a forest sprite net, perfectly designed for catching forest sprites. And I started going to the forest near my house, looking for forest sprites. Even though people said, Richard, you're crazy, forest sprites don't exist. But I had faith. La fe. Mueve montañas, dicen. Faith. They say faith moves mountains. I had faith that, yes, forest sprites exist. So I was going through the forest. 1 week, another week, another week, another month, another year, 30 years. But I didn't give up. That's the power of faith, el poder de la fe, the power of faith. Forest sprites exist. And finally, one day, about 12 years ago, I was walking in the forest with my forest sprite net, and I heard a giggle. Escrito gigle, doble G en medio. Giggle is una risita. I heard a giggle. I didn't move. Well, I didn't do anything. But I stopped for a moment, but I didn't. But I could see out of the corner of my eye something. I didn't, it could be an animal, I don't know, but I heard a second giggle. And very quickly, I turned and I caught her. And inside the net was a forest sprite. This tall. Yeah. This tall. Yeah, this tall. A little taller than this pencil. And a beautiful forest sprite. Que belleza. And I caught her, and she was surprised. She didn't expect me to catch her. I was fast. And she looked at me, and she said, Mr. Hunter. She called me, Señor Cazador. She called me, Mr. Hunter, let me go. Suéltame. I said, no way. I'm sorry. I've been looking for forest sprites for 30 years. I'm not going to let you go. And she said, let me go. And I said, nope, I'm not going to let you go. Finally, she softened a little bit. Se suavizó un poco. She said, Mr. Hunter, if you let me go, I will promise you something that you will never have in your life. I said, well, what? I'm not going to tell you. You need to have faith. You had faith that forest sprites existed. And you see, the faith, your faith was rewarded, recompensada, tu fe. Now you have faith in me. Let me go. I will not run away. I won't run away. But let me go. And I will give you a very, very valuable thing. I said, well, finally, I gave in. To give in is dar el brazo a torcer. Es ceder, vale, de acuerdo. I gave in, and I lifted the net. And she didn't run away. She was there. She said, turn around. I said, why? Turn around and look the other way. So I turned around. And she said, turn around and count to 10. And then you can turn back around. So I said, okay, I obeyed. I turned around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And when I turned around, the little forest sprite had grown into a beautiful young lady. I said, wow. And she said, finally, Mr. Hunter, you have freed me from my sprite. Now I'm a woman. Thank you so much. So I realized at that moment that forest sprites don't want to be forest sprites. They want to be beautiful young ladies. But they need to be caught. You understand? They need to be caught. They want the hunter to catch them. But because people don't believe that forest sprites exist, there are very, very few forest sprite hunters like me. And she grew into a beautiful young lady, and she said, now, I'm going to transform you not only into an English teacher, because you are already a very good English teacher, but I'm going to transform you into a television English teacher. And so she gave me the ability to teach English on television without a script, sin guion. And so that's why Marta's here. She was a forest sprite. And so when she comes on, you look at her and you will see what a forest sprite looks like when they are transformed into a beautiful young lady. All right? And so that's the story. So I recommend that you tune in, que sintonices este programa, for program number 600, if you want to see a forest sprite in carne y hueso. You know, flesh and blood forest sprite. All right. Nice story, isn't it? All right. Translation booklet, list number 11. Page, si lo leo, I think it's page 156. Yeah, 156. Translation list 11. Are you ready? Haz lo que digo, no lo que hago. Okay. Do what I say, not what I do. Digo, Diego, eso algo así. Yeah, haz lo que digo, no lo que hago. Yes. Do what I say, not what I do. ¿Y por qué tengo que hacer lo que tú dices? Why do I have to do what you say? Mucho do aquí. Why do I have to do? Why do I have to do? Do, el primer do es verbo auxiliar. ¿Por qué tengo yo que hacer? Why do I have to do what you say? Porque sé lo que está bien. Because I know what's correct or what's good or what's right. Because I know what's right. I know the difference between right and wrong. El bien y el mal. Right, además de correcto, right, y derecho, mano derecha, right hand. Y mis derechos, my rights, Right también es el bien. The difference is important for little children to know the difference between good and bad or between right and wrong. Right actions and wrong actions. So, porque sé lo que está bien, because I know what's right. ¿Y por qué no vas ahí andando? ¿Cómo se dice esto en inglés? A ver. ¿Por qué no vas ahí andando? ¿Por qué no vas allí andando? ¿Cómo se dice? Why don't you walk there? ¿Por qué no andas allí? Literalmente, ¿por qué no caminas ahí? Why don't you walk there? Why don't you, Carmenchu? Why don't you walk there? Why don't you walk there? ¿No crees que está un poco lejos? Don't you, Juanchu, Carmenchu, don't you think it's a little far? Don't you think it's a little far? Don't you think it's a bit far? A little far? A bit far? A little bit far? Todo junto. Don't you think it's a little bit far? Don't you think it's a bit far? Quizás para ti, pero no para mí. Maybe for you, but not for me. A little far? Maybe for you, but not for me. Maybe for you, but not for me. But not for me. Tienes mucha práctica. ¿Qué, andando? You have a lot of practice. You have a lot of practice. ¿Qué vas a hacer? ¿Qué vas a hacer? What are you going to do? Excuse me? What are you going to do? No te entiendo. What are you going to do? Abre la boca cuando hablas. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you lo he dicho muchas veces aquí. What are you? Los nativos de todos los lados del Atlántico. What are you? In Great Britain, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? Voy a aprender a tocar el piano. Okay. I'm going to learn how to play the piano. O sea, voy a aprender cómo tocar el piano en inglés. I'm going to learn how to play the piano. You're going to learn how to play the piano? ¿Por qué estás interesado en eso? Why are you interested? Interested. 1, 2, 3. Interested. 4 sílabas en teoría, 3 al hablar. Interested. Why are you interested in that? Porque la música me interesa. Because music, no the music, because music interests me. Oh, okay. Because, ¿y qué más? Music interests you. ¿Qué más sabes hacer? What else do you know how to do? What else do you know how to do? Déjame en paz. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Así se dice, déjame en paz. Que me dejen en paz. Tell them to leave me alone. Have them leave me alone. Leave me alone. Los precios caerán a finales de año. Prices will fall, or the prices. Aquí those dos, prices or the prices. Prices will fall at the end of the year. Maybe. I don't think so. In the United States, yes. Prices will fall at the end of the year because the prices go up until Christmas and then they fall. In Spain, no. Because you have Christmas y luego Reyes. So prices continue going up until the 6th of January, and then perhaps they will fall. Los precios caerán a finales de año. Prices will fall at the end of the year. ¿Por qué crees que caerán? Why do you think they will fall? Why do you think they'll fall? They'll fall. They'll fall. Why do you think they'll fall? ¿Por qué tienen que caer? Because they have to fall. There's inflation now because they have to fall. Nadie está comprando nada. Nobody's buying anything. No one is buying anything. Nobody is buying anything. ¿Y por qué nadie está comprando nada? Wow, qué lío. Why isn't anyone buying anything? Wow, escucha esto. Caerán los precios porque nadie está comprando nada. Nobody is buying anything. Nobody's buying anything. Porque no está nadie comprando nada. Why isn't anybody buying anything? Or why isn't anyone? Why isn't anyone buying anything? Porque nadie tiene dinero. Because nobody has any money. Really? Yeah, nobody has any money. I don't have any money. Marta doesn't have any money. You don't have any money. Paula doesn't have any money. Blas doesn't have any money. All right. Nobody has any money. Okay. Le voy a dar una lección que nunca olvidará. I'm going to teach him a lesson. Me gusta esto. Le voy a dar una lección, un escarmiento. I'm going to teach him a lesson. Literalmente voy a enseñarle una lección. Ahora, le voy a impartir una lección o una clase. I'm going to give him a lesson. I'm going to give him a lesson es voy a impartirle una clase de golf o de inglés o de tenis o lo que sea. I'm going to give him a lesson. Lección en inglés es lesson, doble S, lesson. I'm going to give him a lesson. Ahora, I'm going to teach him a lesson. Un escarmiento. Pablo, listen. Okay. And he's going to learn a lesson. Escarmentar is to learn. Aprendí la lección, ¿eh? Aprendí una lección con eso, con ese error. I learned a lesson. To teach. Le voy a dar una lección. He perdido el sitio. Where am I? I'm over here on the next page. My God. Le voy a dar una lección. I'm going to teach him a lesson. ¿Qué le vas a hacer? ¿Qué le vas a hacer al pobre? What are you going to do to him? What are you going to do to him? What are you gonna do to him? What are you going to do to him? Me como la H de him y me como muchas cosas en medio. What are you going to do to him? What are you going to do to him? Le voy a hacer algo que nunca olvidará. I'm going to do something that he'll never forget. I'm going to do something he'll never forget. Yeah. Okay. No me hagas más preguntas. Eh? Don't ask me. Ask, eh? No me hagas preguntas. Don't ask me. No me hagas más preguntas. Don't ask me any more questions, please. Don't ask me any more questions. Yeah. Me marcharé cuando termine. I'll leave when I finish. I'll leave when I finish. Se irán ellos cuando yo se lo diga. Eh? They'll leave when I tell them. Before that, no. They'll stay here until I tell them they can leave. They'll stay here until I tell them to leave. Hasta que les diga que se pueden marchar. I'll tell them, they'll stay until I tell them they can leave. In the meantime, they will stay here. Y se irán cuando yo se lo diga. They'll leave when I tell them. All right. That's list 11, page 156. We're approaching the middle of the book. Will we finish it? Probably not, but it doesn't matter. This part, as I've told you, is more important than this part. As we move in far deeper and deeper into the book, it's more difficult, but it's less relevant for day-to-day communication. All right, but in any case, shall we continue? Continuamos? Shall we continue? Let's do some vocabulary. Vocabulary. All right. I love vocabulary. Eh? Yeah. You've learned a new word today and yesterday. Sprite. Forest sprite. Now, you'll never forget it, right? You'll never forget it. All right. Page. Okay. Page 87. I need to look in the distance and look back. Page 87. List number 1. Yes, es una nueva parte. We're on book 3. Vocabulary booklet 3. Page 1. List number 1. Una calle de doble sentido. Mira tú. Una calle de doble sentido. A two-way street. A one-way street and a two-way street. In Madrid, for example, Velázquez is a one-way street. But the next parallel, Príncipe Vergara, is a two-way street. La Castellana is a two-way street. In Barcelona, the Diagonal is a two-way street. Paseo de Gracia, I think, is a two-way street. La Rambla de Catalunya is a two-way street. Yes. Calle Alcalá is a two-way street. And Gran Via is a two-way street as well. A two-way street, anuncio de prensa, an ad. There's an ad in the newspaper. I saw an ad in the newspaper today. Se dice poco eso ya. People don't buy newspapers anymore. I saw an ad. I saw an ad in the internet. I saw an ad. I saw an advertisement. Eso es curioso. Advertising es la publicidad cuando pagas. Publicity, puedes recibir publicidad sin quererlo. Mala prensa, buena prensa. Sí, si me cogen robando dinero, it's bad press for me. It's bad publicity. But advertising, you pay. So in advertising, you control the message, okay? Advertising. Now, in British English and in American English, we say advertising, the same word. Pero luego ya divergimos. Okay. Un anuncio is in America is an advertisement. And in British, advertisement. Different stress. Advertisement. I saw an advertisement. I saw an advertisement. And in the short form, la forma corta, I saw an ad. An ad. Ad. Como el verbo sumar o añadir. Ad, pero con de simple. I saw an ad. Yesterday I saw an ad in the internet. I saw an ad. And the British say, I saw an advert. Advert. No es largo, dos sílabas. Advert. An advert. So it's different. But here tengo ad. Anuncio en prensa, ad. Adversario, adversary. Are you my adversary? No. My competitors are my adversaries. I will destroy my adversaries. I'll destroy my competitors. Adversario, adversary. Adversary. It's the same. Un bicho de, como cucaracha, it's a bug. Bug. Yeah, also we say bugs for a computer. We say to debug. There's some bugs in my computer. Hay bichos en mi ordenador. To bug. And to bug also means poner escuchas. This room is bugged, I think. Hay escuchas, aparato escucha. We need to bring a person to remove the bugs. Bug. A spider is a bug. A cockroach is a bug. Yeah. A beetle, un escarabajo, is a bug. A lot of bugs. Escueto, conciso, concise. Yes. Lo bueno breve, dos veces bueno. It's concise. Concision is very good. La concisión. Concision, concise. This report is too long. Make it more concise. All right, ingeniería, la ingeniería, engineering. An engineer studies engineering. If you want to become an engineer, well, you need to study engineering. And you can study mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, organization engineering, mining engineering, forest engineering, electrical engineering, computer engineering, electronic engineering, industrial engineering. Okay. There are a lot of different aeronautical engineering, I must say, aeronautical engineering, civil engineering, ingeniería de caminos, canales y puertos, civil, ingeniería civil, civil engineering, and probably some more. Engineering. Are you an engineer? Did you study engineering? Prohibido, forbidden. Ojo. There are three words for prohibido. Forbidden, prohibited, and banned. Banned, B-A-N, nada más. Ban is prohibir. To prohibit is prohibir. ¿Está prohibido aquí? Usar otro logotipo que no sea este. It's prohibited. For this logo, other logos are prohibited. Now, forbidden, verboten in German, forbidden is más moral ético. La fruta prohibida, the forbidden fruit. So it's more personal, emotional, and ethical is forbidden. And banned is cuando el gobierno prohíbe algo a gran escala. Yes, banned. I remember Francisco Franco, political parties were banned. No había prohibición de partidos políticos. La actividad política was banned. And so we use banned in these cases. All right, forbidden, calor, heat. The heat in this room is unbearable, insoportable. The heat coming from the lights is simply unbearable. Lo que hago por vosotros, what I do for you, sitting in front of these lights, me ciegan. They blind me. They make me sweat. Sweat is coming down. Yeah. What is the compensation? Nothing. I do it because I like to do it. Calor is heat. Escondido, oculto, hidden. Hidden. The forest sprite was hidden behind the tree. Hidden. From the verb to hide. And with that, I'm going to stop with hidden. Escondido, oculto. All right? I'll see you again tomorrow.